Hey, what's up? This is Drake here. I was going to come back with another WUCHANG guide video. So this is going to make two. It's going to go one over armor and one over weapons and weapon skills. But I just progressed through main story. I'm on New Game Plus now, which I did by accident. Yeah. Spoiler alert: if you interact with the end door, you can no longer. It automatically puts you into New Game Plus. So if you beat the final boss, yeah, don't interact with the door if you're not ready to, because I was wanting to go back and do some other stuff. Got completely hard locked into New Game Plus. But okay, that being said, I was going to go over armor. Now, armor in this one is a little different, and I just thought I'd go over it because it really, finally understanding this really helped me to clear most of the boss fights, because the armor really, really makes a big difference, and it's not just, to have your tits out. But anyway, and the way it breaks down is you have, if you see, it has defense and mitigation. All right, your defense comes specifically from your core stats that you upgrade in your tree. So when you pick up your vitality, your strength, most all of them, I think strength gives the most in basic defenses. Excuse me. But yeah, so no matter if you're naked or if you're wearing armor, your defense is going to be the same. Your mitigation, however, which is on the right side, that comes specifically from your armor, and your resistances also come from your armor. So if you're up against an enemy that's doing slash and lightning damage, like the one tiger boss, it really, really helped me to run something that had a lot of slash and a lot of lightning resistance, because it took his lightning orbs from being nearly a one shot to just being like 50 or 60% health. Like, it can make a huge difference on how the bosses, how hard they hit you. And I mean, I don't know the exact formula for it, but the way I would imagine is you take your base HP, which mine is 1468, so we'll say 1500, and I have, say, a slash attack, I have 225 slash defense, so it reduces it however much that reduces it. Just say it takes, we're going to take 1,000 damage, we have 225 defense. If it reduces that, just flat reduction off that 1,000 by 225. All right, now we're going to take 775 damage. Now that damage, I would figure it goes through your mitigation at that point. If you have 10% mitigation, it's going to reduce that damage by 10%, which is going to be 77.5 damage reduction. But if you have 50% damage reduction, it's going to reduce that damage you take by half, which I'm not going to do the math to be, close to 400, 370 something, 380 something, however much it is. But yeah, I mean, that's the difference. And your resistances are the same way. If you're playing through the underground area that has a lot of corruption, if you could get around 200 corruption resistance or more, you really never take corruption at that point, unless you just are in it for a very long time. And I'm not 100%, but it kind of seems to reduce the amount of damage you take from the ticks of that particular blight type also. So, if you're fighting the spellcasting chick who's doing light, it helped me a lot to have as much corruption resistance as possible, just because she corrupts you so easily if you're running any, and it does seem that the resistances, they go into negatives on this. So it doesn't just go to zero, it goes to negative. If you're running a negative resistance to a corruption, you're fixing to have a really, really bad day. But yeah, I was just going to kind of go over that right quick, because this one is set up different than most of the Souls games that I've played as far as the resistances. And it's a little different because you can see, like, this one changes our resistances, which is negative and positives. And it can be a little confusing. And most of the time through level clear, just throwing whatever resistance to whatever blight the level's offering you, and you're pretty much okay just to keep yourself from getting blighted. But bosses, I found that running the specific resistance to what they're throwing out makes a huge difference on how the fight feels. It takes you from getting one-shotted to being able to survive 2 or 3 hits before you have to heal. And if you played this game very much, you know the bosses are hyper aggressive, so you need to be able to tank 1 or 2 hits just to be able to get a heal off most of the time. But yeah, you can see, like, this is a later game set, but this game has like the best resistances to all the blights in the game. So I mean, this one would be really good. But if I'm going up against something that's doing no blights and it's just doing slash, blunt, or stab, I'm going to be worse off running this than something that has better. So yeah, just going to go over that right quick. Just be aware, armor gives your mitigation, not your actual defense. So run the appropriate mitigation for the damage type you're facing, and it will make the day and the boss fight so much better. But as always, thanks for watching. If you'd like to like it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, click that sub button, man. It really helps out the channel. As always, thanks for watching.